Hi guys, Bart and PABrewNews. Gonna do another Atom beer. I think this is called Neutron Star. It's a big old Imperial Stout, almost double Imperial Stout style beer. And of course they're from Hull, England. Apparently Jack Walker, formerly Bear Beer Reviews, works there. So cheers to you, Jack. Mars was amazing. Bear Beer Reviews. He last posted about a year ago, but was a beer reviewer prior or during. And then also shout out to Steve Molson, local brewery, for him. So cheers. Thanks for watching, Steve. We're going to do another one. Here we go. Pre-cut the cap. The Veeks. Pre-cut the Veeks. Hopefully good enough. There it goes. Listen to some Bauhaus. Just like Mars. A blue dot. A blue dot for positive. A little out. Put it in there. Just it keeps on going. Just gonna keep pouring. Let the head magically work down. It's very long tantric pour. Just let it last. Let that orgasm last. Let that climax last. Oh, we're dripping now. Drippy, 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 drippy. Get it all in. Drippy, come on. Okay. Is it good for you? It was for me. There we go. Let's throw that up there. Not too much to see. So we're just going to throw the wax here. Okay. Throw it up with the light. It was on the pour, but in this particular tulip or snifter, no light is coming through at all. And I forgot to double check on the ABV. 12.6 alcohol by volume. It's a basically, it's not bourbon barrel aged or anything. It's just aged on vanilla and freshly roasted Guatemalan coffee from their blending room. That's what this beer entails. So no actual bourbon barrel aging or anything like that. Just vanilla beans and Guatemalan coffee. At 12.6 alcohol by volume. Massive Imperial Stout. Massive. Let's get into it. As you can see, jet black, tan colored head, very tight bubbles, and big head that dissipated into this one finger. Just from seeing right here, obviously, alcohol is clinging to the side of the glass as expected. Let's get the aroma. I'm getting very nutty aromatic coffee coming up. Getting roasty, toasty notes, bit of smoke and char. Something that reminds me like a wheat sweetness or an oat sweetness. A little bit of baker's chocolate. But very bright coffee, bright earthy coffee, as expected again. Hint of that something mixing in with that wheat or oat sweetness. Could be the vanilla coming up. But it's more just roast. Real dark roast. Cheers. Wow. Yeah. Bright, earthy, nutty. Bit of dark fruit with that coffee too. A lot of that. You do get that, again, that oat sweetness, oat body. It's a bit thin. You're waiting for that. It's that full side of a medium body. That's what I'm getting right now. Maybe tapering the balls of a low side of a full mouthfeel. But it was creamy. It had that kind of viscosity going on for a moment, and then it tapered down. But it was left in that sweetness. Oat sweetness, probably a little bit more of that vanilla sweetness coming through in there also. But definitely it's very roast forward. That bright coffee is really coming forward too. It brings a weird effervescence. It has like tobacco notes, and it has almost something that reminds me of like a fruit, a soft fruit, like a blueberry or something like that, that is coming out with that crazy coffee. After that coffee subsides a little bit, then you start getting a little bit of roast, char, and a little bit of that vanilla too. It's very dark, very fruity, very nice. Once you get that hit of coffee out of the way, that really aromatic, earthy, nutty coffee, then all this other things, all the other stuff starts playing in. Cheers, Craig. Again, a bit thin. It's a bit thin. 12.6 alcohol by volume. It's a bit thin. But it's really super easy to drink. There's no burn whatsoever. You have those bright notes as I talked about from the nice, rich, aromatic coffee. Hints of tobacco in there. You get the little bit of vanilla mixing with the oatmeal sweetness in the back. Roasty, toasty all the way through. Wrapping around with a little bit of char in the back end. It's really nice. It's not the biggest, boldest, most complex thing in the world, which I was actually hoping for, being at 12.6%. But it is super, super easy to drink. Thwirly. Yeah. It tastes like, if you didn't know it was 12.6%, you'd just be like, yeah, this is like a really nice, robust vanilla porter. It has that kind of atmosphere to it. Very odd. Very different. It's definitely not as bombastic as Mars was. You get a little bit of that walnut husk, maybe a little bit of almond in there, or pecan. But mostly, I like how the more I drink it, the more I'm picking up more and more of that star anise, almost vanilla sweetness kind of coming out. There's like vanilla sweetness, but star anise a little bit in there too. It's building and building a little bit. But it never gets overly sweet. But it just leaves a little bit of layer on your palate, mixing in with all that nice roast and char. Okay. Now, dare I say, it's getting into that roasted marshmallow area. It's getting in there. The more you sip on it, I've noticed the sweeter and the sweeter and the sweeter it gets. But it's not overbearing at all. I think all the flavors are very, very complementing each other nicely. I think it was either Lorelei or Yellow Belly we had from Omnipol. It had that kind of same character. Very roasty, big, dark, but you had this nice toasted toasted burnt marshmallow character to it, but never got overly sweet. It was there, but everything meshed well. Same thing with this one. Very well blended from the blending room. Very well blended. Very easy to drink. It's a bit thin for me. Could be a little bit more robust, crazy in the boldness and the characteristics, but what it is in there is really well done. Super easy to drink and tasty as hell. Boom, 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 boom. So there you go. This is the Atom Brewing Company again from Hull, England. Their Neutron Star Imperial Stout at 12.6 alcohol by volume. And some Bauhaus. Yeah, for what it is, I think it's good. It's not blowing my doors off. I do like picking this beast apart, getting these nuances, how it's changing as I'm drinking it. It's pretty fun. Everybody should try it. And if you just like a big beer to sip on, this should be great for you because it's totally easy to drink and unassumingly strong. So I would say that this is in the 8.5 for me. I think 8.5 overall for big Imperial Stouts. It is a bit thin, and it does taste more of like a porter. It's not big bombastic in that sense, but what is there is really nice. So in the 8.59 category, I put that in there. definitely for something I think I'd like to hear what other people's opinions are, and definitely think something that everyone should give it a go. Absolutely. It's tasty. It is a tasty brew. But yep, this has been Paul from me. This has been me from Paul. Paul from me. This has been Paul from PA Brew News with the 12.6 alcohol by volume Neutron Star from Adam Brewing from Hull, England. I'm going to give this one an 8.5. I think it's really tasty. I think a lot of people try it. Maybe not be for everybody, but you just definitely give it a go. And I'll see you later. Cheers. Bye-bye.